Hello. Hello, Magnet for Love. Lovely to see you. You are first in the queue. Good stuff. Who else have we got on? Is there anybody else out there? So we're going to do some tarot work today then. All right. So Magnet for Love. Hello, Karen A. Glad you could make it. Okay, let's have a little look. So Magnet for Love would like a general message. All right, let's have a look. What is your message? Okay. Let's see. Ooh. So we're starting off with a spicy one. Okay, Magnet for Love, we've got the devil for you. So this is where we are being tempted into solutions which are not going to lead us anywhere. So if we look at this as being over the next couple of weeks, because or even the next week, it's really important that you don't ignore any intuitive messages, or you don't kind of just go down rabbit holes by saying, oh, this is what I want, this is what's going to solve my problem, because it makes you feel better. Hello, John. Because it won't make you feel better in the long term. Now, look, everybody gets all hung up on the devil card, and it's like, oh no, the devil's evil. The devil isn't evil. The devil is called the Earth Angel. And here, what we've got is we've got an adult movie on the card. But what that's talking about is fake love. So it's where we fall in love with a solution which is not real love. It's not going to lead us. It's not going to grow. So the Earth Angel promises us what we want, but we never go any higher. We always end up going further down, or never actually getting anywhere. So that's going to be really important for you this week. Make sure anything you get interested in is actually really in alignment with what's going to make you happy properly. All right. So only you can decide what is a seduction and what is the real thing. Magnet for Love. So there you go. Interesting card for you. We will look forward to hearing next week what that's all about. Because I wonder what you're going to get tempted by. Great stuff. Hello, Karen A. I tell you what, Karen A, Karen A was at a practice session with me earlier on in the week, and we were talking about some of the things we've done on this live, and some of the little games we've played. And so I thought what we'd do tonight is we do a thing where we asked the card. We're gonna try and work out what the card wants. All right. And we'll try and make this a bit of a group thing. So anybody here who reads tarot, John, Karen A, and anyone else here who reads a bit of tarot, we'll all chime in on this. So the idea with what the card wants is that, see, every tarot card has a desire, and it wants us to move towards the best aspect of the suit. So in cups, it wants us to be happy and connected. In wands, it wants us to be confident and successful and inspired. In swords, it wants us to make sure our thinking is in alignment and we are going to be able to solve our problems. And in pentacles, it's where we want to build a life that we want to live, an abundant, sustainable, of course, happy life that we can grow. That's what it wants. So every card wants something for us in alignment with those things. So when we know what the card wants, then we can get a really good idea of what the card's trying to say, rather than just going, oh, that's what the card means. So for instance, and I think we talked about this, Karen A, didn't we? What does the Five of Pentacles want? The Five of Pentacles wants to be richer, to be more abundant in its life. Now, whether that is health-wise, whether that is confidence, whether that is financial, whatever it is, there is a lack in the cards. It wants more. It wants to be richer. It wants a richer life, is what it wants. It wants a richer experience because it's in Pentacles. So it wants a richer experience in some way. That's what it wants. And the card is telling us that the answer is within us. So we're going to use that as our template. We're going to have a little experiment. Let's see what we can do. Okay. And thank you, John. There you go. Good. Thank you. Yes, don't forget to buy my boon. My book. Don't forget to buy my book. And like and subscribe and send me a comment as well. Thank you, John. That's really awesome. Really appreciate that. Okay. Relax Imperfect. Can you have a message from your guides? Okay. So we're going to do the same thing. Relax Imperfect. We're going to take a message from your guides and we're going to treat the card as a what do your guides want for you? Okay. So we're going to use the card and we're going to ask what the card wants, and that's what your guides want. We're using the card to communicate that. So let's ask. Okay. Oh, there we go. So interesting. I'm gonna throw this open to the house. Good. Well, that's okay. So John is saying he has brain fog tonight, getting over his cold. Well, that's okay. Just give it a shot. It's all right. So what do we think? What do you think, Karen A? What does that card want? So the King of Wands. So what is the King of Wands kind of doing? What does he want to make happen? What do we think? What do we want Relax Imperfect to do? Yeah. Yep, that's not wrong. That's not wrong, but there's something else in there, Karen A, because he's a king. So it's not just his life, is it? It's externally focused. So the king is in control. The king is like, grr. Yeah. So what do we think? Hello, Claire. So all right, I'll tell you what I think. I think to be inspirational. Okay. To be inspirational. He's a rock star, right? So he's standing on the stage and he's inspiring everybody and he's got everybody's attention. So this card, let me just go back to Relax Imperfect. There you are. This is to be really confident. You're absolutely right, Karen A, but also to stand as a kind of inspirational force, to be visible, to lead, to be a leader in some way. So this card wants to be a leader. He wants to stand at the front of the stage and have everybody look at him and have everybody's attention on him. He wants to be a leader. So your message is you've got to step into a leadership role and be quite creative in that picture. So I don't know, maybe he's a marketing manager or something, but whatever it is, it's stepping into a role of ownership as well. So it's take control and be a leader. Okay. Now take control and be a leader. That's what I think this card wants. So what does that mean to you? Relax imperfect. What do you think? Okay, let's ask. Let's see. That's your message. Relax and be a leader. Not relax, sorry. You are relaxed. Yes, confident leadership. Awesome. We like that. Good stuff. Definitely. And oh, Claire, you're still on crutches. Oh my goodness. What is going on with Andrew? Okay, all right, well, let's ask. He wants the world to rock with him. Yes, he does, John. He absolutely does. He certainly wants to rock someone's world, that's for sure. All right, Claire, let's have a look. What is going on with Andrew? Let's ask. All right, so what does Claire need to know about Andrew right now? That's a specific question, and we shall ask it. What does Claire need to know about what's going on with Andrew right now, or not right now, this moment, but kind of now? Hmm. What do you need of Pentacles? Now that's interesting, wasn't it? So there's something about Andrew that is a repeating pattern, something that keeps happening, or it's like this is, as you know, Claire, this is the pattern card. This is the card where he's persevering, doing something and kind of repeating it and repeating it. So whatever he's doing, I mean, I don't know, maybe he's just on a course, right? Maybe he's just on a course and he's just studying. I don't know what's happening with him, but his attention, I would imagine, is not on you. And so whatever this is, it's something that's got his attention and he's focused on it and he is persevering with it, because that's what this card is. That's what this card tells you. So I don't know. Maybe he is. Maybe he's on some sort of a course or some sort of a, some sort of a program. There's something that's absorbing him. Anyway, there is real attention to detail in this card, which is very absorbing. So when this card comes up as what somebody's doing, it means they're absorbed by something else. They're absorbed by what they're doing. So their attention is not on anything else. Okay, so it's quite a focused card. In some instances, it's come up as OCD, but it's not in this case. But that's what I mean by the focus and by the repetitive action. So yeah. So his attention is on something else entirely, and this is something that he's working at, or something that he's done before. So he's kind of in a loop of some sort, Claire. I don't think that really answers your question. Let me just ask it in a different way. Because I think what you actually wanted to know is what are Andrew's intention towards you, right? Let's ask from that perspective. Ask a crappy question, you get a crappy answer. So I think probably I needed to word it differently. So let me ask, what are Andrew's intentions towards Claire? Ooh, so we've got the Three of Cups. So I wonder, Claire, so this is all the girls, isn't it? So it's where you're maybe not the only one. So it's friendship, but it's it's not, again, it's not focused on you. I wonder if he's in a bit of a loop regarding relationships, and he's not focused on one person. So this is all the girls, isn't it? So what his intention is for you is that you are with a group, you are part of a group, you are either a friend or you are, one of a couple or one of a few people. So again, I think it pushes the thing of his attention isn't focused on you, sweetie. So I don't know whether that gives you any insight, but that's what I've got for you. So I have to see what your feedback is on that, I think. Okay. Let's have a look. Stephanie, you can have a card. Okay. So we're going to try and do this thing of what does the card want? I mean, it all leads us to the same place, to be honest with you, but still. Let's have a look. Okay. All right, we've got the Queen of Pentacles. This is your card. This card is a very practical, down-to-earth card, and what it wants is it wants you to take care of whatever needs taking care of. It's a card of compromise. It's a card of just getting what needs to be done. So this is just all about being very down to earth. Again, we always say not letting your emotions take center stage. They're not shut down. They're under the table. They're safe and sound. They're just not leading the way. So it's kind of important that you just stay really practical. And what this card wants is to be a king. That's what this card wants. Queens want to be kings. And what that means is it wants you to do the practical stuff that needs to be done in order for you to be able to step into a much more authoritative position in your life. So you can take control, so you can have the finances you want to have, so you can control those around you as well, and what's going on around you, and that you're the one in charge. This is saying it's not quite there, but it's very practical, and that's what you're doing it for. You're doing it to move into a much more authoritative and much more in control position. So do what's practical, compromise where you need to, where it's the right thing to do in order for you to move forward. Okay, it's very boots on the ground. It's not particularly glamorous, but it's okay. It's a good, solid card and just very practical. So that's where we are with that. I hope that makes sense. Compromise is big in that card. Okay. Michelle, hello, darling. How are you? Can I have a general message from the guides, please? A little discombobulated with recent events. Okay, fair enough. Okay, you're going to have to forgive me tonight, guys, as you're going to hear my throat is a little croaky, so I may not be able to go very long. I'm supposed to be doing an event at the weekend. I'm really hoping it isn't going to get any worse. Okay, so Michelle, let's have a look. Okay, so I'm going to ask for a general message from your guides with a focus on what is discombobulating you It's such a good word, isn't it? Discombobulating. Okay, so message from your guides as to the events that are, oh gosh. Okay. Well, we got the same one. I did shuffle. Honestly, I did. Same thing, Michelle. Just, you know what? This is just, you've just got to kind of get on with it, really. Not in any, hello, Monica. Not in any bad way. We're not talking about the Queen of Swords. We're just saying you've just got to deal with what needs to be dealt with in a very practical and down to earth way. But the Queen of Pentacles is not a hard edged card. It's not a mean card. It's not a card that's telling you to be all tough love. It's actually very kind and very warm and very down to earth, and it's lovely. But it isn't glamorous. It's just doing what needs to be done. And, you know, one step at a time, just getting through it, and boots on the ground, really, down to earth. You're in Pentacles, after all, down to earth. And again, I think if we were to, same answer, what does the card want? The card wants to have more control. The card wants to have more power. So it wants to be a king. So this work that you're doing now is just getting through this period in a good way, practical way, in order for you to therefore be able to have more control and to feel more, you know, I'm the boss, I've got this. Perhaps a little bit more than you can at the moment, but that's where you'd be heading. So it's just do what's practical now. Don't let your emotions run away with you. Everything's fine. Just keep a steady hand on the tiller and you'll get through it. There we go. That's fine. That's good advice. I like that. I hope that helps. Okay, let's have a look. Relaxing perfect, definitely a challenge for me, but challenge accepted. Well, there you are. Okay, good. You can ask, you absolutely can. So Marita, do you want to ask a specific question or do you just want me to draw a card for you? I won't just draw a card in case you've got a specific question you want to ask. Okay, but let's have a look. Oh, right. You have got a specific question you want to ask. Okay, let's have a look. Well, me and Alexis Radcliffe become best friends in the future. And what will it be like? Well, okay. What I can ask is what will define your friendship in the future, right? What's going to define your friendship with Alexis Radcliffe in the future? Let's have a look. Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, it's quite nice. It's the Knight of Cups. So it feels to me like you're quite in alignment with each other. I think that there's certainly a friendship. And I'm going to say it's a work in progress. And I think it will feel like you're heading in the right direction. It's not making guarantees about how long term this friendship is. So I think it's going to feel nice. It's going to feel good. It's going to feel like you have a relationship, and that relationship is a really nice emotional relationship. You see things the same way. you're in emotional alignment, you're, moving in the same direction. I think as long as you both stay in that space, you'll be okay. It isn't telling me that this is necessarily a long-term friendship, though. It isn't, I mean, it's not saying it's definitely not, but it isn't it's saying it needs to build. It's going to need to build. So it's starting off from a good place. So we like that. Um, but I think, so I think there's a friendship there to be had for sure. And I think that's fine. And I think Alexis is very happy with that. And I think you feel like you're heading in the right direction. But you do have to stay. It's a friendship that's going to rely on you both, um, feeling like you're in business together, not in business, but like you're working together on your friendship. And at the moment, that's not set necessarily to be really long term, but let it play out, see how it develops. It looks like it's all moving in the right direction for sure. So that's good. I think that's a growing thing. And I think that's okay. Good job. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, John. That's really tough. I'm so sorry. Can we all send our condolences, please, to John? That's really harsh. Um, Okay, can we post that question more than once? Well, I'd rather you posted it just once, honestly. If I miss your question, if I go past it and I miss it accidentally, do remind me. But if you post it, Cat, if or Candy, is it Candy? If you post it on multiple times, I can't remember if I've answered you or not, and it confuses me. And it means I have to scroll miles down the feed to try and find who I haven't read for yet. So just post your question once, and you're very welcome to remind me if for some reason I miss you, but I will try very hard not to. Okay, if that answers your question there, that's great. Good, Stephanie, I'm glad about that. That's lovely. Hello, Danny. Can I have a card to show how this weekend will go, please? It will be my birthday. Happy birthday, Danny. Can everybody please say happy birthday for this weekend for Danny? Okay. Yes, John, I also hope I'm not going down with a cold. It's not sounding too good at the moment, is it? Okay, it's been scratchy all day. I don't know why. Right, Danny, let's have a look at you. Okay, so what should Danny prepare for this weekend? Oh, that's interesting. Eight of Swords. Overthinking. Why are you overthinking? That's really odd. So basically, this card says don't. Just don't. Don't overthink. It'll be fine, I think. I think there will be consequences for your overthinking, which is why it's bringing it up. I think you should just march ahead with confidence. And that's really odd, isn't it? How will this weekend go? So either there'll be some aspects of the weekend that you're going to overthink, or you're just overthinking the whole thing. So try not to do that. It's said and done, right? Try not to do that. Basically, don't worry about it. I tell you what, as it's your birthday at the weekend, Danny, I'm going to take you another card. So I'm going to take you a guidance card for your birthday, right? Rather than ask how it's going to go, because that maybe is implying that you are perhaps overthinking a bit. Let's take a guidance card. What should you do to have a wonderful time on your birthday? What should you do? Okay, so there you go. Now, maybe this is all in alignment with the overthinking and go with the flow, Danny. Just kind of flow with it. Just pivot if you've got to. Just be really light, really fluid. Don't take anything seriously and just have fun. Just have fun. And if there are any moving parts, if things need to be changed or shifted, or things don't necessarily go exactly to plan, there is no disasters here. Don't overthink it. Don't do that. Just go, right, okay, let's do that instead then. Whatever. Yeah. Light and effortless is what the Two of Pentacles requires of you to have a good time. Good. Happy birthday. The next weekend. Lovely. Great stuff. Hello, Cassia. Is my target more achievable with technical partners, given that the target is larger with them and smaller without? Okay. All right. Let's find out, shall we? All right. How can I ask this so it's as unambiguous as possible? Okay. How will, if Cassia goes with the technical partners, how will she see the results? No. If Cassia goes with the technical partners, how will she feel about that in retrospect? Yeah. So when she looks back at the decision, will she think she's made the right decision? So let's ask. Because obviously we've got a two-pronged question, we've got one card. So we have to meet the challenge here, don't we? Okay, so how will Cassia feel in retrospect about the decision to go with technical partners? Okay, all right. I think the answer is probably yes. Because what you've got here is you've got a network, haven't you? You've got people who are all in alignment. So it feels that there is strength in numbers here. So I would say that probably on balance, going with the technical partners is the right way to go. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's like yay, but you are feeling like you're all on track, right? So I think the technical partners one is the way to go. And I think that will get you the best result because there's nothing negative in that Three of Cups at all. And it's everybody understanding how everybody else feels, everybody being on the same page. It's all about the sisterhood or the brotherhood. It's about everybody being having each other's backs, right? So I'm going to go with technical partners, Cassia. That's what I'm going to go with. Let's see. And how does that feel to you as an answer? Does that feel good? See, I think if I give you an answer and you go, "Oh, I don't know," then I think you should go with your own instincts. And I think you'll have an instinct. I like the technical partners one. I think that for me feels positive. So I'm going to I'm going to go with that. I'm going to nail my colours to the mast and see how that goes. Okay. Lovely. Okay. Abishi. Oh, thank you, sweetie. That's very kind of you. Okay, let's have a look. Don't forget to like and subscribe, everybody. If I answer a question for you, would you pop a like on the video for me? If you don't, I'm going to set my friend John on you, and trust me, you don't want to truck with John because he's a man on a mission. All right, let's pull a card for Avicii, and okay, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to ask, what does the card want for Avicii? Okay. Good. So, Nine of Pentacles. Well, this is a very nice card, isn't it? A lovely card. So, this is where you are self-sufficient, independent. It wants you to live a life that you enjoy. It wants you to be independent. It wants you to have the lifestyle that you enjoy. So this is your advice. This is what you need to embrace, right? And this card is a solo card. Now that is not, as some people have said on Tinternet, it is not a lonely card. It is not. It's not the Hermit. It is not isolation. What it is, though, it's not lonely. It's personal. It's just personal. So this is you creating a life that you personally want to live and you personally feel good about. There can be other people around you, but this is your vision and this is your life and this is your version. And that's the most important thing. So this is you enjoying your life experience and enjoying your lifestyle. This is really important for you right now. This is what you should be putting your attention on, right? Don't worry about anybody else, what they want or anything. Your picture right now is you and how much you enjoy your life. So, for whatever reason, that's the most important thing. As a prescription, it's not too bad, is it? It's quite nice, really. I wouldn't mind a cocktail and a palm tree as a prescription. Although I think they may be symbolic, to be honest with you. Twin soul, what actions can help me and support me on my path, please? Okay, let's have a look. Okay. Well, that's nice. Nine of Cups, another personal card. So if this is an action, this is being personally happy. This is you knowing what you want, but being happy within yourself. And that's really important. So don't worry, be happy. Okay, just slip into a bit of a sing-along song here. Okay, don't worry, be happy, and that will grant your wishes. So again, even though it's a personal card, it doesn't preclude you moving to what you want. Because if we're going to go back to what we were doing tonight, which is what does the card want? The card wants to be happy, but part of the Suit of Cups, and I know Twin Soul, you don't read tarot, but part of the Suit of Cups, which is this puzzle, Nine of Cups, wants to be not only happy, but connected. Now, in order to connect with people who are in alignment with us and who make us happy, we have to be happy ourselves. We have to know what makes us happy. We need to be able to engage in what makes us happy. And it is through that that we get to the 10, which is where we are connected beyond ourselves to people who are going to stick around and make us happy over the long term. So you knowing what you want and being happy in your life, that's what's going to help and support you on your path. Right? It's very good. How nice. That's not too hard, is it? It's not too tough at all. John, you can. Can definitely have a guidance card over the next week. Let's have a look. Okay. Right. Okay. So this is your 5 of Swords, John, and I don't need to tell you that this is a card of negative energy. So what I think, it's not that you're a negative person at all, John. I know you're not, but it is telling you over the next week, don't carry crap from the past with you. Okay. Thinking that forearmed is forewarned, because it won't be. So whatever interactions you go into this coming week, make sure, make sure that you go in clean, that you don't carry any disappointment from the past, any resentment from the past, anything at all that didn't feel great. Don't take it in with you. Do not imbue the future with what's happened before. That's really important. So again, let's go into what the card wants, shall we? This card wants to be protected. That's what it wants. We can see we've got the aftermath of battle. We can see we've got poppies, lest we forget, because what we don't want is something happening again that's happened before. So we're doing it to protect ourselves. We want to move forward, for sure we do. This is the end of a situation, and it's telling us that whatever this situation, it's done. We want to move on. We want to get to the 6. We want to be in transition. We want to move to where we want to move to, but we also want to be protected, and that's why we do this. We're holding it because we don't want to get hurt again, or we don't want to go through something we've been through before. So with this, your understanding your why, I think, is important. Obviously you'll only know that, John, when if you can find a situation to apply the card to. But whatever you're going to go into, whatever is on the agenda for next week, try not to carry any stuff into the picture with you. Just flow into the 6, which is taking you on a transitional journey away from what is now and onto the next stage, which is what you actually want. So that's really good. So I hope that's okay, John. I hope let's see how that plays out. Interesting, eh? Very interesting. Good stuff. Happy birthday, Danny. Absolutely. Oh, Danny, why are you overthinking it and getting yourself stressed out? I'm almost certain that you have nothing from what the card has said. Nothing that's going to stress. What is it? Is it because you're getting very, very old, Danny? Very, very old, and you fear getting as old as what we are. Who could blame you for that? All is well, Danny. All is well. All right, Jerome. Jerome Cross. I'm not sure we've met before, Jerome. If it's your first time here, do please subscribe to the channel and pop a like on the video if you would do that for me. That is our tariff for answering your question. Will you succeed in your new vision of life? And will I get my Navy job? All right, let's see. Good, like that. Will you get your Navy job? No, join the Air Force instead. No, that's not real advice. That's just me being silly, Jerome. The answer is yes, I think you will. You've got to really go for it, though. And so this card is the Knight of Wands. Sorry, the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords is the fighter pilot. So basically, he's going in on a mission and he's very, very focused and very determined. And there's no emotion. He doesn't let emotion, he doesn't let overthinking, he doesn't let fear, he doesn't let himself second guess, nothing. He just goes for it. So this is really positive, and I think in very much in alignment with what it is you want to make happen. So yes, go for it. Be very straightforward. Make sure your communication, if you have any interviews, is very straightforward, very clear, and get straight to the point, because that's what Swords is all about. And communication is big in this instance, I think. So action is seize the day and go for it. Communication, very very to the point, very clear, very unambiguous, and talk the language that you think the job requires, right? That's pretty much what the fighter pilot does. He does what the job requires, right? No more, no less. Go for it. Good. I think that's very positive. Even if it's a boat, not a plane, it's the closest we can get. So very nice. Glad to give a positive one there. Hello. What have we got? We've got Touch of Love. Yes, you can ask a question. Just type it in the chat and I will do my best to answer. Of course. Oh, well, there you go, Cassia. That's really good. I'm very glad about that. Look at that. That was my intuition as well. And I like them. I'm glad that felt exactly right. And that's going to be your winning combination. The fact that you get on with them and that you're all on the same page. So good job. Good job. Thank you. There we go. That's my friend John telling everybody to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and write a comment and buy Janice's book, because it's a good decision. It is a good decision. Excellent. Hello, Namira. Lovely to see you. Don't worry, be happy. Absolutely. Excellent. That resonates. Let's have a look. What does that say? That resonates because I've been told to put what's happened behind me and focus on goals and how to reach them. Well, there you are. So I am absolutely in agreement with that. That makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Very good. Very good. We like that. Right. Expensive trash. It's like me, darling. How are you? Do you want to ask me a question? Do type it in the chat if you would like to. Yes, John, we'll meet each other sooner rather than later. We will. Absolutely. Okay, now before I forget, I have two messages or maybe three now. Okay, so Michael, I promised I will do this. Let's have a look. Michael W. Here you go, Michael. I don't know if you're watching or not. Okay, Namira, I will get to you in just a second. Okay. All right, so this is from Michael. Michael would like a guidance card for the next 4 weeks. Good. That's all right, Jerome. I'm glad that that worked. Oh, interesting. Okay, Michael. So you have the Six of Swords, which was the next one along from the one we just gave John. So the Six of Swords is a card called Transition, and it talks about us having to transit from one state to another. And it is always taking longer than we think. And that's the problem in the card. Not that it's a bad thing. It isn't a bad thing. In fact, it's a process. And so over the next 4 weeks, you're going to be going through a process. And it's a process that could involve moving on from something because it's always taking you from a place like we've got this guy here. He looks a bit like a refugee, doesn't he? We've got him in this boat. And the idea is that behind him is something he has to leave behind. So on traditional cards, we call it troubled water. So it's sort of, whatever this is, behind him is troubled water. And what's in front of him is where he's heading. He doesn't really know. He can't feel it, can't feel where he's heading. He hasn't got a clear idea. So, Michael, you have to trust the process. Over the next 4 weeks, it's going to be important for you to trust the process. You're not going to have a clear idea of how where you're heading feels. And that feels, it doesn't feel great because we can't connect with it. And sometimes we lose sense of, well, why are we even doing it in the first place? But what's really important here is that you do move forward because what this card wants is to get not here. Is to get not here. I can't stay here. I have to get where I feel better. I want to be over there, wherever over there is. I want it to be better than here. And there is a process in the middle. And what the card also wants is for that process, I want the boat to go faster than it's going. Well, we can't have that because that when we want the boat to go faster, we get into all kinds of trouble. So we have to accept the pace of the journey. You are in motion, you're not stuck. Absolutely not. For the next 4 weeks, right? Just allow yourself to be moved from this time to that time, and then look back and see what's happened in that 4 weeks. Okay, that's your guidance. That's what you need to do because you need to move forward. You are moving forward. You just have to let the process take its course. All right, that's really important. Good stuff. All right, so let's. I also have Monica. All right, let's have a look. My question tonight is about my health. All right, Monica. So you know that I have to be very careful about health-related problems. Just to make sure I'm typing Monica correctly. Okay. Good, good, good. Okay. My question tonight is about my health and should I be concerned long, short term? Right. Let's take a card for you, Monica. Guidance about your health moving forward. And what you need to know. Oops, hold on one second. Hold on. Sorry. That's it. Right, just so anybody on the call wants to know, I don't read jumping out cards. I just assign it to clumsy shuffling. Every card should be intentional. Every card you draw should be intentional. Don't do jumping out cards. I don't. Well, you can. I don't. Okay, so Monica, let's take a guidance card for Monica about your health moving forward from the short term to a longer period. Let's take a guidance card and see what comes up and see what it says. Okay, so we've got the Two of Pentacles, and we had this card earlier. And in this case, what the card is telling you to do, again, we've got to go with the flow kind of thing. But I think what this is saying, look, there is no major cause for concern. Okay, so that's something that you need to know first off. Well, I mean, don't quote me, because if I'm flat wrong, don't come back and sue me because you're American and you might well do that. So don't sue me. It's just guidance for the sake of entertainment purposes only. It's up and down, Monica, is the answer. It's just a little bit unstable. I don't see any major cause for alarm in that. Only that it just feels, and it doesn't feel like it's on an even keel. So so it just feels like first you feel great, then not so much, then a bit better again, then not so much. It doesn't look to me to be anything catastrophic. Okay. And I think maybe that is the up and down side of that. And I'm just sort of going on an intuitive thing. It could be an emotional based thing, right? Because even though we've got pentacles, which I know is physical, but it just feels out of whack, just feels a bit out of balance. That's all. So this is all about balance. This is all about bringing everything into a point of stability if you can. But your question is, should I be concerned? I don't think overly. I don't think there's anything to be worried about. I think it's just a question of balancing everything, okay, and seeing if you can do that. Right? Hope that helps. It's always a bit nerve-wracking doing health readings. Oh, sorry, John. Reading a Stephen King book and a Janice King book. Didn't actually mean to click on that. That's quite interesting. Don't get the confused, John, will you? Because, my goodness gracious, Janice's book is very bloodthirsty. So that could be quite funny, isn't it? If you're reading a Stephen King book, what's this got to do with tarot? Why are people killing each other all over the place? Janice has lost the plot. It's quite funny. All the kings. Okay, what else do we have now? I saw up here. I think I missed a question. Yes, it's me, Namira. That's all right, Monica. It's my pleasure. Okay. Okay, this is Namira. Can I ask if there will come a solution about the noise of my new neighbour and her triplets who are making so much noise in the house is small? Oh my goodness. Oh, that's torture. That is so hard when you have constant noise. Okay. Okay, let's have a look. Advice to Namira about her noise situation with her neighbour. Oh, that's quite interesting. Give me the Nine of Swords, which is an odd one, because the Nine of Swords is all about anxiety and fear of the worst case scenario. So I wonder if I mean, one of the things we could, because obviously, it is a real situation. This is not this is not a fantasy. You're not fearing a situation which is not going to happen, which often happens with this card. So I think maybe, there will be a solution. I'm not quite sure. Maybe I should move. It doesn't say whether, let's take guidance on moving. Because I'm not sure. I mean, basically it tells you not to be scared, not to be afraid. Okay, don't be anxious, but that doesn't help with the noise, does it? Let me just ask, okay, guidance for Namira around moving, is that necessary? Oh, King of Wands. Well, I mean, moving wouldn't be terrible, honestly. I think if that was guidance on moving, that would say yes, wouldn't it? It would say yes. And it would actually say that you should move forward confidently. And what this is like, don't be scared. So maybe it's time to look at a change. It's certainly not telling you to sit it out, is it? It's telling you don't let fear make any decisions, because basically that's what the Nine of Swords is all about. It's all about, well, yeah, but what if I move to a worse place? What if it gets worse? What? Don't do that. So this is all about you being the king, you taking control of your environment. The question I asked was guidance around moving, and when you get the King of Wands, that would be a yes. That would be just go for it, take control, and be very clear about what you want, and be proactive. The other thing you could do, I mean, in the meantime, I don't think there's any rush. It's almost like it's asking you to be confident in your situation as well. Now, look, if she's got triplets, that's really hard to control. So I'm not sure how the King of Wands is going to ask, how the King of Wands is going to help that. But it is telling you to really step into a situation where you're in control here. Yeah, it's an odd one, that, isn't it? But nevertheless, don't think that your back's against the wall with this, because I don't think it is. I think you could explore other options regarding moving, but I would also be quite confident in looking for ways forward as well, with the neighbour as well, being friends with the neighbour, really being out front and visible, not in any negative way, in a really positive way, so that you're not hiding behind anything. You're stepping out front and really inspiring, and yeah, taking a proactive role. So, all good. See if that helps a bit. It feels a bit vague to me, but that's the advice I've got, so I have to stick with it. The main thing is, don't be scared. Don't be scared. Be really, really confident and good, and you know, be the light in that, because that's what the King of Wands is. He's a very attractive force. So that will, on some level, that will help. Be interested to see how it plays out, Namira. Let's see. See if that's any help at all. I hope so. Okay. What else have we got? Yeah, I can see that it's hard to put boundaries on them. How can you do that? It's a very difficult situation. I'm sure as much for them, but obviously not your kids, right? It's very hard. Okay. All right. Hello, Crystal. Yes, it is live, Shakti. It absolutely is. Crystal, would you like me to take a card for you? Okay. Yes, I know. Well, yeah, we do. You would need compassion for somebody with triplets, wouldn't you? It'd be really hard. Gosh, I had them one at a time, and that was tough enough. Okay. Oh, for goodness. All right, guys, you're going to have to hold on 1 second because I have a moaning dog here who wants to be let out. So bear with me. I'm going to disappear just for 30 seconds. I will be back. Go anywhere. Yes, yes. Sakes. Right. I'm back. Sorry. Oh, my head's driving me crazy. Right. Okay. Okay, Crystal, I would take a card for you. I would like to know what my neighbors think of me. Okay. Let's put you up center stage. All right, let's have a look. All right. And how do Crystal Ray's neighbors see Crystal? Let's see. Let's see if we can. But you've got the Four of Pentacles here, Crystal, which says, I don't think they really know you, darling, because I would say this means they can't read you. They don't really know what you're like. You're someone that maybe doesn't share too much about what you're like, and you're a bit, you play it very safe. So they think you're very safe, probably quite conservative in the way in the way that you present. We've got no risk here. So I think they think you're fine. I think they think you're fine. Nothing negative in there at all. Nothing overtly positive other than you're probably a safe pair of hands. You don't pose any risk. You're okay. It's a very calm card. But it's a card that doesn't say very much either. I mean, it doesn't give away very much, right? It's not overtly secretive. It just keeps things as they are and just keeps up their boundaries, and everything's fine. So that's what I've got, sweetie. That's okay. It's not terrible. They certainly don't, as far as I can see, think anything negatively about you at all. They think you're fine. If one of those things where she keeps herself to herself. Don't really know much about her. So that's quite interesting. Hope that helps. Good, good. Okay, we have what have we got up here? Hold on. Second. Okay. Hello, Maximiliano. Shakti. What can help me attract the person that is for my highest good in relationships? Thank you. Now, Shakti, is that what you're asking for? So I'm going to ask you to reword that. I'm going to reword it. So I don't want to reword it if that's actually what you want. But I'm going to tell you, as someone who works in energy, that you better be careful what you wish for, darling, because if you ask for someone that is for your highest good, then the energetic powers that be may well help you attract somebody who is going to help you learn all of the lessons that you need to learn. And sometimes that can be a bit of an uncomfortable process. So that's okay. But maybe what you want is to attract the person with whom you can be happy and have the relationship that you actually want. I don't know. I will ask. I will ask the question that you asked. But know what you want, darling. Make sure you ask for what you actually want or not what you think you should have. Interesting. Word to the wise. Okay. So, to attract the person that is for your highest good, you have to be prepared to go it alone for as long as is possible. And you have to be able to draw on your wisdom, draw on your own wisdom and not be swayed by anybody else. Okay, that's really important. Now, when you're asking this question for my highest good, I want to attract the person for my highest good. That may well mean that you attract somebody who you then perhaps have to say no to because this is telling you that the decisions you're going to make around that situation will potentially be a bit challenging and will make you feel a bit isolated and may fly in the face of advice from those around you. Maybe whatever it is, that's what's going to help you. You need to be able to know what's right for you and to stand in that power and not let yourself be distracted or deflected from that. Okay. So, very much, this is about, again, you knowing what you want to be happy, right? So be prepared to tough it out on your own if you have to. And you'll get there. You will get there and you won't, you'll make proper good decisions for you. And that will be for your highest good. All right. But know what you need, know what you want to be happy. That's the best advice. Okay. Hope that helps, Shakti. Let me see. Maximiliano, new subscriber. Thank you very much. Lovely to see you on the channel. And thank you for subscribing. Do you see me being hired by a company to work this month or next month? Let's have a look. Okay. Right. I'm not sure how much more I'm going to be able to do, guys, because my voice is getting a little bit crunchy. Let's have a look. Okay. Right. I think potentially. I think potentially, yes. It does feel like you're going to have to be very proactive about that, though, and and I would say that probably if you are hired by a company, which I think there is a reasonable chance of that happening, I would give you a cautious yes, Maximiliano. I think it will be very full on, and it's almost like you're going, whoa, okay, whoa, it's a lot. It's not what you. It's nothing more than you can handle. You can handle it, for sure you can. But it might catch you off balance. That's the only thing. You might feel that you're firefighting a bit. But it's good. I think the answer is probably yes. And it doesn't say no for sure. I think it's just giving you an extra comment that it may well be a lot. And that is a thing. So just be prepared for that. And that's okay. So that's good. I think I'm cautiously optimistic for you with that. That looks good. Okay, good. That's good, Shakti. I'm glad. Okay, we've got okay, Ladika, I can see you. Maria, all you have to do is ask me a question. If you want to read it on the channel here now, if you want me to draw a card for you, I will. If you want to book a reading with me, which is a longer, more in-depth personal reading, you can book a 30-minute or a 60-minute reading with me. And all you have to do, I'll put the link in the chat here. You just have to go to tarotreadinglondon.com. I'll just put this link, and then I don't know if that is what you mean, but if it isn't, it doesn't matter. Got it there anyway. If you would like me to take a card for you, just ask in the chat, and I'll be delighted to do that. Okay, so I put that in the chat for you if you want it, or else ask me to draw a card and I will. Great. Okay, who else have we got? Have I missed anybody? Let me just quickly check. Radika, that's what I was going to ask. Yes, okay, so be careful what you wish for. You may get it. I know, John, it's happened loads. It's one of those big deal things. Okay, Ladika, I believe I've met my soulmate or twin flame, but I'm not sure where to go from here after he confessed his feelings. I feel the same. However, there is an obstacle we need to overcome. Right, there is a big difference between a soulmate or a twin flame. Soulmate, by which you mean the one, I'm presuming, or, the big deal. A twin flame, or what we define as a twin flame relationship, is very, very, very uncomfortable and never, ever works. It is often incredibly toxic and quite traumatizing. So if this is what you're experiencing, then I would take a step back. But I'm going to ask anyway about the relationship. Let's have a look. So there is a difference in the two. One just feels like we're just in alignment, and it's probably quite straightforward. And the other one is just full of conflict and often difficult behavior by one of the parties, for sure. So I'm going to presume it's not that. So let's just ask. Okay, so Ladika would like guidance about this person that she's met that she feels very close to and doesn't really know where to go from here. So let's get some guidance for Radhika, and we'll see where we are. Okay. Right. Well, you've got the Hanged Man here, Radhika, and so what you've got is you've got just a stalled situation. I know you said there is an obstacle we need to overcome. Um, I think you need to allow this to be exactly as it is. You can't push it forward. You absolutely can't push it forward. And what's going to be really necessary is that you just allow things to be exactly as they are. You don't try and change anything, because over time you're going to see this differently. This is how you feel now. You're not going to feel the same moving forward. Okay. So, so don't build any stories into the situation, because the Hanged Man tells you that for a start, there's no movement here. There's no decisions going to be made. There isn't a way forward actually at the moment. But within that waiting will come different perspectives for you that are really, really important. So just allow it to be, allow it to play out and see what happens, and then make your decisions later on down the path, because you'll be seeing things differently to the way you see them now. Okay. All right. Hope that helps. Good, good. Okay. Okay. So Shakti, you saying I don't date fast as I don't meet people I actually like. Well, perhaps that's a question of putting yourself into scenarios where you're actually meeting people that you like, rather than it just being a sort of catch-all. I think energetically you've got to that's a powerful statement to make. When you make a statement like that, I don't meet people I actually like, but you're making a statement into the energetic realm. I'm going to put this up because it's actually quite important. We have to be careful of the language we use when we're trying to attract things into our life, whether it be people or whatever it is. If we make statements that are contrary to what we actually want, I don't meet people I actually like. You're stating it as a fact, sweetie. So I think if you were to turn that on its head and say, I can meet people I like, I can do that anytime I want, and then go out and act on it, I think you might find that might shift a bit. That's a very determined statement, and that has an effect on you and what shows up for you. So just saying, that's just a little thing there. I hope you don't mind me correcting you on that. It's quite important that we get our language right, because it has meaning. Okay, what else have we got? We have uh, Jaswin, is that right? Jaswini, Jas Gupta, or Jaswini, maybe? I hope I haven't got that wrong. You can. Kushagra, can you see his feelings for me, please? Okay, I will have a look. Okay. So what I'm going to ask is, how does Kushagra see his feelings for you? How does he see his feelings for you? All right, and let's see what we've got. Okay, good. Well, that's interesting. He's got the King of Cups. So Um, how does he see his feelings? So he feels that he has to be the sort of grown up. His feelings for you are quite protective, I would say, certainly emotionally. And it's almost like he sort of feels like he has to step into the role of the counselor, or taking responsibility, or putting his own needs aside in some way. And and that's, I think, quite important. He sees himself in a role which is ever so slightly separate. So there is a slight um he sees himself as emotionally a little bit aside, a little bit separate, so not in it as much as maybe you would like him to be. However, he believes he's doing it for the right reasons. So he's saying, so I have to be understanding, and I have to take responsibility, and I have to be, it's all about his role. So he sees his feelings for you as all about his position and sort of what he does. There isn't an enormous amount of vulnerability in there. Because kings, by definition, are very much about wanting to make things the way they want to make it, and wanting to have an emotional landscape which is the way they want to make it, not in a bad way particularly, but um but he feels that he has to step into that role of emotional manager, so that he can be happy, and hopefully you can be happy. So he's looking at himself as a sort of emotional manager in the relationship. Um, and and that causes him to be just a little bit separate from you, not sort of as meshed maybe as you would like him to be. It's not terrible at all. I think it's the way he's understanding the relationship to be, and what he thinks the relationship needs. That's the way I would look at it. What he thinks the relationship needs is for him to be like that, for the best outcome for you both. So he's taking responsibility rather than being vulnerable, and rather than being, sort of, yeah, I already said it, in it. I hope that makes sense. That's what I can see anyway. I don't see anything inherently negative in it. It just looks like a bit of a coping pattern to me. So you have to see how that resonates with you in regards to how you see the relationship. Right? Okay. Okay. Ladika, we worked together. It was love at first sight. Well, that's fine, but allow it. Yes, allow it to be, Ladika. Don't I would just allow things to be as they are. I wouldn't push anything forward, because I don't think things are going to stay the same. I think you're going to get more perspectives on this. It's important to be patient, right? Very important to be patient. Okay, here we go. Oh, thank you, John. Thank you for reminding me. Constantly getting the hanged man. Oh, well, there you are. Well, you have the hanged man again then. I got it wrong. Thank you. Just Winnie, that's great. Okay. All right. Let's have a look. Okay. Just Winnie, I think so. I wouldn't. Um, oh, let me just hide the current comment. Is he committed to you? I don't see anything in that card to suggest that he isn't. There's nothing in that card to suggest that there is a particular problem. All right. There we are. Okay, so listen, guys, I'm probably going to, you know, bow out at this point because my throat is, I think I need to rest a little bit. I hope you've enjoyed the live. I'll be back next week. And, thank you for joining me. I really, really appreciate you being here. And I hope you've all enjoyed it. And if you've had a card, I hope that has been helpful to you. So, thank you, guys. Lovely to see you. I will see you all soon. Bye bye. Bye bye for now. Bye bye.